All right, guys, thanks for following along on that tutorial. We showed you guys step by step how to create a transfer like this into a magical piece of artwork like this using a fake embroidery effect. I hope to see this type of effect more onto your art submissions, so I look forward to seeing you guys put this into use. Now, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and press our transfer onto a Threadfast 370J denim jacket. So this is the denim jacket that we got from Threadfast. Again, 370J is the model number. We're going to be using a size small, for example, for today. And this is going to be a 99% cotton and 1% spandex material. There are a couple places that you can actually put your transfers on, but this is going to be a difficult item to decorate because it has a bunch of buttons and it has a bunch of seams that actually elevate, and it makes it difficult because you do want a flat surface when you're pressing your transfers. Now, with that said, what we're going to be doing is pressing onto the back of the shirt. All right, let's go ahead and lay this down so that we can take a quick look at this. I'm going to show you guys some of the measurements here. So again, this is a size small. So what we're getting here from armpit to armpit is about 19.5 inches across. And from bottom to top, I'm getting about 26 inches. This one is a little bit tricky because of the space we're limited. It has the seams that go through here. And you're going to get a maximum press on top at about 11 inches. And as we go lower, it narrows down to about 7 inches. So it takes a unique artwork to be able to fit in here. So that's what we did. We went ahead and created this design, and we're gonna go ahead and press it right here. So I'm just roughly eyeballing it, but it's gonna be just a tad bit under the line right here, and it's gonna sit right here. Again, the challenges are gonna be the seams that are very close here, but we should be able to get it done using a heat press pillow. So this is what we're gonna be doing. Now, as far as the transfer size here, we have a transfer size of about 9 inches wide, and we have the height for 11 inches. So those are the dimensions that we're using for this project. Now let's go ahead and get our heat press ready to be able to compensate for this jacket here. So I'm gonna go ahead and take out the buttons. Now this is our new heat press. It's our 16 by 20 heat press. It has a pressure gauge on it. It also has a slide out. So this is gonna make things a lot easier for me to decorate. We'll also have a link below in case you guys are interested, and we'll have a full video on this as well. But let's go ahead and get to the press. I'm gonna go ahead and get this set up. Let's slide this out. Let's prep the jacket on here. Okay, so one of the things I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make sure that these buttons are out of here. Make sure it's nice and even and flat. Now let's go ahead and also stick in the pillow underneath. This is going to help with the seams and edges. Okay, now everything is nice and loaded. I'm gonna go ahead and push this back in here. Again, I have this heat press set up for t-shirts. So when you're gonna be doing something thicker like a hoodie or a jacket, you're gonna have to compensate for that extra thickness. And even the added pillow, that's gonna be an extra added thickness that I'm adding to it. There's possibly no way I'm gonna be able to close this right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and crank this a few turns. So I'm gonna go ahead and loosen it up. I still can't press it down. Turn it some more. There. This locked in at 9 pressure. So that means it's on at heavy pressure. And that's the pressure that we want to use. So the demo was good. It's been pre-pressed. Everything is good to go. It's nice and flat. And let's go ahead and load our transfer. So we're just going to go ahead and grab this transfer. I'm going to go from the end here, fold that briefly so I'll get that midpoint. And I'm going to just go ahead and arrange it so that it will press within the boundaries. Okay, let's go ahead and make sure that it's aligned. Okay, so again, this design all the way to the end, all the way to the end. It is pretty good now. Let's go ahead and press 300 degrees, 7 seconds, heavy pressure. Let's go. Okay, it auto releases. We're gonna go ahead and let this cool. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and peel the transfer. It's cooled down a little bit. Now I'm gonna go ahead and start with this edge here. Since this is the closest to the seam, I wanna make sure that this has enough pressure before I actually do the whole thing. If it doesn't have enough pressure for any reason, because it's too close to the seam, I'm gonna repress it and reconfigure it. But let's go ahead and grab this transfer. We're gonna use our one hand to hold this down. We're gonna crack it. There you go, it peels great. Wow, look at that. Guys, this is not a patch. This is, of course, a transfer. Everything transferred through. We're gonna flip this around. Let's go for that second press. Load it back in there. Let's pull out. Let's take a look at the artwork. Wow, guys, look at that. The texture, this is just perfect for denim. This looks like it's real stitching, real seams. I love the way it looks so far. Now, the next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna add a little bit of personalization to this. So on top of this graphic, we went ahead and used the same program. We created a font here that also has the stitching effect here. And we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna put this on a special area where it's gonna be personalized. This can be a name, anything that you can personalize it and make it unique and make it yours. And we're gonna do this one right here on the neck. So it's gonna actually be covered, but you know this is yours, so nobody can ever steal this jacket because it's gonna have your name on it. We're gonna just go ahead and use the word Meanie on there. So let's pretend that is actually a person's real name. And then we're gonna go ahead and load our heat press pillow. Now for a detail like this, I wanna make sure that I am using a heat resistant tape because this is a small design. And I wanna make sure that it doesn't just lift with the press and it'll actually stay on there. So I'm gonna go ahead and follow this line, get it straight into the middle, adjust it if needed to make sure that it is nice and flat and in a nice area. So that's a good point right there. Okay, so let me just make sure it is straight. Okay, so I'm gonna go and grab my tape, tape down the edge, tape down the edge. There you go. Let's double check to make sure that everything is nice because there is a ridge here that will be an issue if you try to press on top of it. So you wanna make sure that you are sizing this the right way. For us, we went with a design that's 4 inches wide and then we went with it at 1.5 inches in height. So that's the design that we chose, or the size that we chose. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that it is nice and flat. Push this back in here, adjust the jacket, okay. Okay, so everything feels nice and flat. Let's go ahead and press. Okay, so I got my microfiber cloth. I'm gonna go ahead and rub the transfer because this is a small detail and it also has a lot of seams here. Any bit of assistance will help. You just wanna make sure that it transfers nice and through. Okay, let's go ahead and let this cool down. Okay, let's go ahead and peel. We're gonna go ahead and grab the corner, release, there you go. Nice and embroidered. Look to it, flip this around. Let's go ahead and do that second press to make sure that this is gonna last. All right, guys, let's take this out. You can slide this out. Look at that. It looks embroidered, it looks like it's stitched up, and then you can actually close it like that so it's not gonna be in the way, but you know it's definitely yours. Now let's go ahead and take a look at this embroidery print. Wow, guys, that is absolutely phenomenal. Look at that. This effect, this looks so real. You know, I would say 100% of the people that you're gonna be walking through, let's say for example, Disneyland, will think that this is stitched on, but it is not. It is a transfer. It is high quality, it is vibrant, colorful, and it just looks so real. It's because of the printing effect and how detailed we can get with the prints. That's how we're able to create a perfect transfer like this. So let me know what you guys think about this jacket. Leave a comment below. I hope you guys take advantage of all the tools that we shared here. My name is Phil. If you guys like this content, make sure you guys support the channel by hitting like. Make sure you guys subscribe for the latest tutorials and latest videos that we have to share on DTF. I'll catch you guys on the next one.